Okay. So then in 88, you became the first universally recognized world cruiserweight champion after you defeated the lineal and WBC champion, Carlos de Leon. They stopped it after 8 rounds.
Yes. I'm telling you, which he was a very good fighter. And, you know, because he had been two-time cruiserweight champion for the WBC. And I didn't even know that. But, and the fact that we fought, my whole thing is that I realized putting a lot of pressure on people and staying in people's face. And I had quick hands and I could, my whole thing, I had these things that people kind of thought I was kind of crazy because I said, I'm willing to die for what I do. I said, look, they said, man, I said, look, I'm going to die trying. I mean that if I die before it did, then it wasn't meant for me. I'm not going to live and let somebody outwork me. I'm going to outwork them. But the whole thing is that, I knew how to, I had great stamina. And I realized that I wasn't going to quit.
Well, after that fight, you announced you're actually moving up to heavyweight. And at the time, Mike Tyson was the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Why move up to heavyweight? Because that's not really your natural weight. You're more of a skinnier kid, and you're moving up. But now, to be at heavyweight, there is no limit to heavyweights. You can fight a 300-pounder at that point.
You're absolutely
so you're
right.
taking a major risk here.
Yeah. But I knew that I would be lying to myself to stay in cruiserweight and say, because I was the strongest in cruiserweight. I was the strongest person in cruiserweight. I was the monster in cruiserweight. When people see me, when I just look at it, I can see them say, oh my goodness. They knew what they were going to get. And so the whole big thing is, and what people didn't know is that Mike Tyson is the one that made me realize I could do it. I said, because his arm was shorter than mine. Now, he was quick and he was very explosive. I said, now, if a guy got short arm like that can hit them, I can hit them too. And my arm is a lot longer. I said, now, I don't have explosive power, but I have movement that he didn't have. I had so many things that Mike didn't have. But because Mike did it, that's no reason why I can't do it either. And so, Mike kind of inspired me to take that chance.
Okay, so now you're hitting the heavyweight arena.
Mm-hmm.
You first beat James Quick Tillis, knocked him out in 5. Tillis had actually gone the distance with Tyson.
Yeah.
One of the few people that actually did that during that era who didn't get knocked down in 30 seconds. And then you beat former heavyweight champion Pinklin Thomas, knocked him out in 7. So you're hitting the heavyweight division hard.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 89, you fought Michael Dokes. They called this one of the best fights of the 80s. And the best heavyweight bout of the 80s. Was this a tough fight?
Yeah, it definitely was. Because I was like, man, God, no, he even though he got that limp, he's got these hands, boy. He had very fast hands.
Okay, and then you continued winning. You beat Adelson Rodriguez in 2 rounds. You beat Alex Stewart in 8 rounds. Then that next year, you beat Seamus McDonough.
Sure. Yeah.
4 rounds. And by this time, you were the number 1 contender for the heavyweight title, but you didn't get to fight Tyson yet.
Nope.
Do you think Tyson was ducking you at this point?
I didn't think about it because the point of the matter is that, I want to fight for the championship, but it's rules and regulations. So one thing is, my mama said, son, don't ever be in a hurry. Don't sit here and make it. My mom had these things how you made yourself a clown. And, by bragging about yourself because you're so anxious to do something, then you get there and you don't do it, then people going to talk about it. My mama said, son, just be quiet and just be ready when it comes. And so the most important thing for me to be ready when it comes, more so than just you telling everybody it's my turn. I hope it is my turn, but I don't want it to slip away from me.
Yeah. Well, but in boxing though, you have rules and regulations, but it's not a league like the NBA or the NFL where everyone fights and then at the end, it's like people pick and choose their fights, based on the promoter and how much money will be made. So yeah, I could see where there could be some frustration because you're the number one contender for 2 years and you're not getting the fight. But then you're promised a fight with Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
He just had to have this little filler fight with some unknown guy named Buster Douglas.
Right.
In Japan. You went out there.
Right.
Now, this fight, and I interviewed both Tyson and Buster Douglas about this. This fight the anticipation was so low for this fight that no American venue would even take this on. They had to go all the way out to Japan to even do this fight. Mike Tyson didn't take this fight seriously at all. Him and Bobby Brown were partying with a whole bunch of Japanese girls the night before, probably drinking or doing other stuff. Bobby would even tell him, Mike, you got to fight tomorrow. He's like, this is nothing, whatever.
So they said Bobby said that he was with you in Japan, and y'all had girls dancing. He was with you dancing on tour.
Dancing with the girls.
No, he said y'all had girls dancing. What he said?
Whoa.
Mike Tyson and I were in Japan. We basically stayed up all night partying with 12 Japanese girls. And
yes, Bobby's a good multiplier, but yes.
He said it was just me, Mike. I kept telling Mike, you need to go to sleep and get some sleep.
Stop lying, Bob.
He said you need to get some sleep for the fight tomorrow.
Well, he can have all the girls, right? I get some sleep so he can have them all, huh?
Right. He said. Oh, that's a good setup. Yeah, go to bed and you keep all the girls, huh? He said, then you told Bobby, listen, I'm not no amateur. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I did talk that slick shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Nobody could beat me. I got this. I go to bed whenever I got to go to bed. And you told Bobby he worried too much. You got this.
Oh, man.
Now, you had actually seen Buster Douglas fight before, though.
Yes.
And what'd you see?
He was a good fighter. I'm telling you, when you're a good amateur fighter, that means that this is how you learn how to fight from amateur. And so, he good jab, good right hand. I'm telling you, and he's a big guy. He's not a little guy. He's a big guy. So I realized that a man. So people were telling me when I got to Japan that they have seen Mike out there in the streets. So with me, I didn't say nothing because the fact of the matter, I ain't want nobody to think that I was on nobody's side. Because whoever win, I got to fight.
Right.
I can care less. I'm saying sometimes you go place and everybody, I'm like, I got to fight whoever the winner is. And so both of them going to be tough. It don't make no difference if I fight Mike, if I fight him, both of them going to be tough. I know that.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't even give it a thought, man. Who you want to win? I said, whoever, I'm going to fight the guy who hand they raised up. I said, now that's the guy I'm going to fight.
Yeah.